Hey, I've accidentally found the most broken thing in MW3 Zombies right now, especially if you're someone wanting to grind out the leaderboards for a high placement or just get through the 55 ranks. This can either be done solo or on co-op, it doesn't really matter too much either way, and in the 4 games that I played using this strategy, I was getting about 5,000 kills per match and over 100,000 XP every time. That number could definitely be higher since almost 15 minutes of every game was spent getting the small amount of stuff that I needed. A like on this is really appreciated. If it did help you out, and maybe subscribe because I have lots of MW3 Zombies videos coming out, and comment what rank you are in Zombies right now. I'm curious to see before the XP grinding begins. So the actual strategy itself is kind of surprising, and I'm shocked that no one's talked about it yet to my knowledge. You're going to want to load into a match to try and find the RGL-80 grenade launcher either from the mystery box or loot crates around the map. Going this route is a little bit tedious since there are so many weapons in Zombies this year, so be aware of that. I have only found it a couple of times and I've played a decent amount of Zombies. Or if you're leveled up enough, then add it to your insured weapon slot to just skip all of that process. Once you're in a game with it, then the first thing that you're going to want to do is immediately find a car and get to any sort of contract as fast as you possibly can. If you're on solo, then maybe load in with a second gun because the RGL without PhD will most likely maybe make you go down. I recommend a contract something quick like eliminating a high value target, getting rid of the spores, or opening a weapon vault. We're really only doing this objective because getting the 2,000 points for completing it is an absolute necessity for the rest of the strategy. With those 2,000 points, look around on your TAC map and locate the closest possible PhD flopper machine. Depending on your luck, this can either be completely across the map from you or really close by. That's why I super highly recommend the car to cut down on the running time because this game can be an absolute running simulator at times. Now that we've got PhD flopper, then it's time to really get things going a little bit. Look for the nearest exfil area that you can find in the tier 1 zone. Do not go any further inside than that. You're also not going to need to buy any other perks to do the strategy, and you do not need to do any upgrades at all to the RGL launcher. We're just going for speed and efficiency here. Not even so much as an ether tool. It can be a completely basic gun and it is going to absolutely destroy everything. And that's what also makes this strategy so brokenly overpowered right now. There is very little setup for so much reward. When you're at the exfil site for the first time, just call it in and a bunch of zombies will start spawning. Just kill everything that's around as quick as you possibly can. When the helicopter arrives, do not take it because you're going to want to stay in this match as long as possible. Keep on killing zombies with the RGL as fast as you can because it is a one-shot to any of the regular zombies in the tier 1 zone. Like I said, even the gray version is a one-shot kill and it can kill up to 15, 20, whatever amount of zombies that show up, it can kill them all in one shot. When the exfil helicopter leaves, kill off any of the zombies that are still around. You'll notice now that spawns are completely dead, but just be patient because in about 45 seconds when the exfil becomes available again, more zombies will spawn. Do not activate the exfil again just yet. Kill the massive amount of zombies that do spawn in, and when those are all done, then begin the exfil cycle again because even more zombies will spawn in now. During all of this, you don't need to worry about ammo at all since the zombies will drop so much of it on the ground that it is just completely not even a worry. Same thing goes with armor plates as well. It's not going to be an issue for you. Keep repeating this cycle as much as you're possibly capable of. Like I said earlier, the setup for this strategy is a little bit luck based because it requires a nearby PhD flopper machine and a nearby exfil area. But even with absolutely dog shit luck, you will still have over 30 minutes of being able to delete every single zombie that you come into contact with. This is so quick that I accidentally unlocked the gold camo for the RGL in my first match. And I didn't even notice that that happened until the game was completed. If you're really looking to speed this up even more, then it would be helpful to have a PhD flopper schematic, meaning that you can craft one for free every 3 hours and start the game with it. Or play co-op and have your teammates run to an objective at the start of the game while you head over to the PhD flopper machine and the exfil site. That would probably cut down on a couple of minutes. Speaking of, I haven't been able to test this yet for myself, but people in my live stream were saying that having more players in your game means even more spawns of zombies. So theoretically, you could load in with 2 friends, have them run around without shooting any of the zombies, and it might be possible to push 7,000 or 8,000 kills using this strategy. Hell, maybe even 10,000 is possible. All my games were solo, and without even good luck, I was able to kill a little over 4,800 zombies in one match. Combining that with all of the other little things that I did throughout the game, that was over 100,000 XP in a little over an hour of playing. I wasn't even using double XP tokens and did not have the PlayStation exclusive 25% boost for playing in a party either. That is absolutely wild for a mode that is open world, and I strongly encourage you to use this strategy now before Treyarch inevitably inevitably ends up patching it in some way, shape, or form. But we're not done just yet. When the timer starts to run down for how long is left in the game, then just keep on going with what you're doing. Obviously, keep track of the storm and do not get caught inside of it, because you will most likely die, but more than likely 2 more cycles of kills can be fit in before you need to leave the match. And I really want to stress that you do not want to die out completely with the RGL, because if it's in your insured weapon slot, then you need to wait for the cooldown timer to finish, or you'll need to find another one laying around the map, which, as I said earlier, isn't that easy to do. If you're feeling spicy and are up for the task, then maybe adding in some speed coal to the mix is helpful, since the reload time for the RGL is a bit on the slower side. Or optionally as well, use a basic raw Ethereum crystal to pack-a-punch it one time, because then it increases the magazine size to 12 shots instead of the normal 6, meaning that you can shoot more shots for longer. Pack-a-punching will also eliminate this weird thing with the non-upgraded one. Sometimes when you shoot a zombie too nearby to you, the projectile will just bounce off of the zombie without detonating, and that could leave you in a bad position. So don't be afraid to just spam the absolute shit out of this thing. Like I said, you are not going to have to worry about ammo. And one more thing as well, you might start to experience some server lag after a little while, because I'm pretty sure that MW3 Zombies was not designed for one person to be killing this many zombies while also having 27 other players on the map who are also killing zombies. This lag can really be quite bad at times, to where it almost feels like the game has crashed, so maybe keep a self-revive on you if you're grinding away on solo. My last piece of advice is to try and find exfil sites that are nearby to the edges of the map or near water if at all possible. I've noticed a few random things. Firstly, that spawns tend to speed up as the game goes along. That might be because of other players exfilling and more zombies being able to spawn on me, or that's just how the game really works. And I've noticed that the more opened up areas tend to have zombies spawning farther away from the exfil site, meaning that it takes longer to kill them. When the exfil site is near the edges or by water, then there's more spawn points nearby, and sometimes with one mag of ammo, I was able to get consistently 50 to 70 kills, which is absolutely insane. If you have a perfect match on solo, then maybe 6,500 kills is possible, or maybe more. I'm not entirely sure yet. I was just excited to get this out to you guys and get as many hours with it as possible, because I'm 1000% certain that Treyarch is going to see it somehow and patch it before everyone in the world is max leveled. And no, the irony is not lost on me that the War Machine from Black Ops 2 used to be the worst gun in Zombies, and now it's the best one in MW3 Zombies. Follow me on Twitch, by the way, if you like this sort of thing, because there's actually some items that you can get for MW3 for free, including a blueprint, if you just watch some Call of Duty live streams, so why not watch it on my channel? So go out and get your XP grinding on, gamers. If you appreciate this, then please give me a like and subscribe, because it just helps me out so much. And maybe go watch this video on screen right now about the 13 best beginner tips for MW3 Zombies, especially if you or a friend are new to the game and wanting to avoid some of the major mistakes early on that people like me made. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye-bye.